Raider Nation, what is going on? Wanted to come to you guys with a quick video in a chat that I had with Daryl Worley, and I don't want to mess around. I want to get right into that. But if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up, hit that like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit your bell notification so you get notified for all my future stuff. Who knows? I'm going to try and do my best. We're going to talk to a few players, get some insight. And Daryl Worley, I felt like was a good one to start with. He's been playing with John Gruden for all 3 years that John Gruden has been head coach of the Raiders. So there's good experience there, some good insight, and I always enjoyed talking to my guy Daryl. Talked to him last year. Real excited to talk to him again now. So let's quit messing around. I know that's why you're here. Let's get into it. So joining me now, Raiders defensive back Daryl Worley, man. Welcome back to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, man. It's funny because we just said what's up, so we're just pretending like we didn't already say hi to each other. More importantly, man, how's the family? Right, you got your boy and you got a little baby girl now, right? Too.
Yep. Yeah, I actually have a third on the way as well. Another baby girl.
Ooh, there you go.
So we'll officially be done after that. So
yeah, I pulled the plug at 2, so I can imagine you're gonna have your hands full with 3.
Yeah, the craziest part is I tried to pull the plug at 2, and quarantine kind of messed up my vasectomy appointment. So yeah, I couldn't get it done, but yeah, it'll definitely be done this off season.
That's funny, man. This quarantine, I mean, not only probably affected your personal life, man, but playing in the NFL had to have been kind of crazy this year. I mean, have you the experience, or you're on Zoom meetings? I mean, this is probably all too familiar to you, man. This is how you try to talk to a lot of your coaches throughout the entire season. Tell me about it, man. How was it? How did it change?
It was definitely different. I would say from the beginning, just really with the Zoom meetings, not really having OTAs and stuff like that. So it's kind of like you kind of had to do your own OTA while still at the same time working and getting the mental preparation. And I feel like for the rookies, it kind of was. It was definitely it was against them more than it was for them, I would say, because those OTA periods are really essential. I know when I was a rookie coming in, being able to be out there and get that field practice for the playbook and all those type of things. I mean, but things don't really come to life until they start moving. So I feel like that was a big. It worked against a lot of guys. So I mean, you can't really fault them, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're professionals. We had to work through and continue to move.
Yeah, makes sense, man. How the weirdest part to me, I think, was the fake crowd noise and all that stuff that was going on. It was just like all delayed reactions. You get like a late boo, like a few seconds after it happens.
My first time, the first game of the season, it was weird. Like I was just like, it didn't even really feel like we were playing. Like we were on the field. It's just like, wow, like this is a little weird.
I was gonna say, is it hard to create like that energy? Because especially being on defense, like you're vibing off the crowd, like you want those reactions, you need that energy. You have to create your own pretty much.
Yeah, basically. I feel like it got to a point where it kind of became the new normal, which is sad, but to say the most part. And honestly, guys kind of just we begin to just tune it out. You got to just bring your own energy to do what you have to do to really just get ready to play.
Yeah, we need fans back in those seats, man. How about? Of course, you made a few pit stops. I was just, telling the viewers that you have been with Gruden all 3 of his years, but this third year, you had a couple pit stops. You got lost, I think, on your way to Vegas. That's okay. But when you got here, man, tell me, those facilities ain't no joke now, huh? A little bit of upgrade.
Yeah, not at all. Those are they're way better than what we had in Alameda. It's the bell of the ball. I mean, everything that you could want in a facility and need as a professional athlete is definitely included inside.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Well, welcome back. Good stuff. I hope we see you more years in the silver and black. And I do want to ask, because you just so happen to come in at like a crucial time for our defense, because that was right at the time of Paul Guenther getting fired, I believe. It was like you came, you signed with us, and then I think you got fired. Can you tell me, and I'm going to kind of just tiptoe around this topic because I don't want to put you in a situation, but tell me about your experience playing with Paul Guenther, man. What was he like compared to some other defensive coordinators you've worked with?
Well, he was only the second defensive coordinator I have been with in my career. He was definitely a straight shooter type of guy. Definitely a very, very intelligent, knew what he wanted in his defense and the guys and the personnel that he wanted out there. I just felt like sometimes everything just didn't connect on the same stream, and sometimes with the type of defenses that he had installed, it takes, I feel like it takes a little bit more time and a little bit more chemistry of guys being able to play together for about 2 to 3 years. So
Gotcha.
going into his third year, there had been some personnel changes, I would say, just since I've been here. Even with me being out there on the defense, we have seen a lot of different guys out there. So maybe that chemistry wasn't being able to flow and connect the way that it should have. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't fault him. You can't fault the players for that. I mean, no one controls time, but it says itself. So I mean, just going forward, I mean, they had to, like Groove said, he made the decision he felt as though was best for the team.
Yeah, yeah. It was definitely interesting how the end of the season played out. That's not what you never want a coach to get fired midseason, because that usually means your season's not going the way you wanted it to. But I will say I think we do have a lot of talent on that defense. Like you said, we brought in a lot of guys. We've invested some draft picks into some of these guys. You see first round, second round picks out there playing, young guys too. And I'm glad you kind of bring that up with the mix of COVID, everything that was going on. I just don't think that these guys were set up to succeed just because they're so young. It seemed a little complex. And hopefully now, with Rod Marinelli, it seemed like, was he trying to simplify things whenever he stepped in, kind of just get back to the basics and, hopefully get everybody kind of just playing smoother and understanding what's going on those last few games?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, especially at a time like that, there's not a time where you could really come in and install your entire playbook with 3 to 4 games left in the season.
Yeah.
So his defense is that as such. Honestly, we're just going to make it as simple as possible. Let the guys play 100 miles per hour, and I felt like as a defense, that was honestly helping us. That may have worked to a lot of the players like Shrimps more than anything. Just being able to go out there and not really have to worry about not having too many assignments on their plate or too many details of what they might have to do. So I felt like the defense was playing a lot faster over those last few weeks.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. I noticed that too. It seemed like it sped up, and that's just because guys weren't second guessing themselves. They're able to react and make the move and be patient, and look good. It's funny. It popped in my head now, but I always think about your one-handed interception, dude. Have you framed that thing up in your living room yet?
I haven't. I don't even have a picture of it, which is the craziest part. I got to figure out how to get that done when I get back to the facility sometime soon.
That was a heck of a catch. It was the Lions, right in the end zone, man. That was a heck of an interception. I'll pop that thing up here so the viewers can take a look at it. If you don't already remember it, that was a beauty, man.
Appreciate it.
I don't want to tie you up really much longer. I appreciate your time, Daryl. I do want to give you a chance though, because you're kind of getting into that veteran role in the league. I feel like you're kind of finally at the point to where coaches want to bring you in because you're a good locker room presence, right? It's easy to insert you in. Don't got to worry about what Daryl Worley does. He's going to go out there. He's going to work. He's going to keep his head down. He's a family man. You're all grown up now in the NFL type thing. But your NFL journey, your career hasn't always been sunshine and rainbows. You had hiccups. You had a bump in the road. What kind of advice could you give to young athletes or anybody of that matter? I mean, obviously it could be like life lessons. What kind of advice would you give to those people whenever they feel like they hit a wall or they feel like they've screwed up big time to flip their life around and get things going and take advantage of second chances?
The biggest thing I would say about it is that I learned from what happened to me. I kind of just took it as a lesson, and if anything was to happen in your life, I feel like as long as you learn the lesson from it, and don't let that lesson become a habit, you'll be okay in life, because every successful person in life, they have something that has happened to them. Whether you know it or not, if you look up some people's biographies, their life stories, it'll have something in there where something went wrong. Something's always going to go wrong. So I mean, you should just use that as a point of adversity and face it head on. I mean, and honestly, it'll turn you around. It'll make you a better person, better man, woman, no matter what it may be. It'll make you better all around.
Yeah, good stuff, man. I'm really pumped on the few years that you've already played here for the Silver and Black. Like I said, I hopefully look forward to more. I can't imagine. I didn't like you in that Cowboys uniform, man. It was kind of ugly to me. You got to get back in that Silver and Black. But I appreciate your time, Daryl, and hopefully we get to catch up again in the future, man.
Yes, sir. Not a problem at all. Thanks for having me.
And that's going to do it. Like I said, always appreciate the insight from my guy, Daryl Worley. Real good chat. And again, if you didn't listen to me at the beginning, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like this video, subscribe, hit your bell notifications for all the future stuff. Raider Nation, I appreciate you. Oh, also, while you're at it, drop down in the description. Coors Light is running a promotion right now. A whole thing, basically, campaign to get Tom Flores into the Hall of Fame. So go down in the description, click the link, sign the petition, and let's get the Iceman, Tom Flores, into the Hall of Fame. You see that? You see that face right there? That can is going to be sold in Las Vegas at the end of the month. I was thankful for Coors Light to send this to me and showcase what they have going on. So like I said, go down in the description, click the link, because that's the whole point of this campaign, is to get Tom Flores in the Hall of Fame. So Raider Nation, till next time, peace.